When we had last left the Envoy, their adventures in the Primordial Forest or the Primordial Depths and the Ash Forest continued with them meeting up once more with Captain Elfir and her merry band of the Steel Garrote, which were under her command, at least when they weren't under the command of none other than Inquisitor Lodwyn, and they were all tainted by the Dream Scourge, and they were all beginning to go absolutely buck wild. And thus, it was time to kill them all. And then they traveled out and found another piece of star metal. There was a dude who found a secret oasis, and now it was time to head on into the archives nearby. This is Avowed. Welcome back. Zoop. Oh, whoops. Unhide that. Zoop. There we go. Wrong order. Let's see. Let's head on up here. Now, apologies as well. If you watch both the Oblivion playthrough and the Avowed playthrough as they're coming out, you may notice that what I am wearing, if you have a keen eye, that what I'm wearing is no longer matching up. That is due to the fact that the last Avowed video, I wasn't able to get published because of an issue with both me exporting and on my end and on YouTube's end, with it taking a gajillion years to process. Thus, they're both kind of askew now. Okay. At least for now.
We can't. You know we can't.
But Elder Grigor can't fight them.
Who's fighting what?
We must leave. 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 We must leave.
We can't.
We must leave. We must leave. We must leave.
We can't.
We must leave.
We can't.
Sorry.
We can't.
But Elder Grigor can't.
I thought if I tapped on them, she would also say, "We must leave." Okay.
They were sick.
Spare the wares a glance.
Oh, you're a vendor lord. Oh, do I know you? Yeah, I do.
Gods. You're the first customer I've seen.
I think.
Since this nasty
Don't I know this
business
person?
here started.
Maybe not.
Anyway, you looking to buy something?
Are you not bothered by what's going on here? What do you have for sale? Goodbye. Are you not bothered by what's going on here?
Bothered? Yes. Concerned? No. I am capable of handling myself. Don't you worry. The concern's appreciated, but I've got mouths to feed. Namely, my own. We all do what we have to do. Besides, better a death that people talk about for years to come than, starvation. So, care to take a look at my wares?
Alright, yeah, what have you got? Threads of the Faithful. Okay, you and your companions slowly regen up to 50% max health. Wow. You and your companions deal 10% damage. Completely agnostic of damage type as well. That's pretty useful. Huh. Yeah, this would go great with the wizard, like, blood magic or whatever, if you are actually, like, a wizard. Okay, some Aedyran, which we do not need, actually. Whole lot of superb grimoires of different sorts. Spellblade. I like the idea of this Spellblade. You know? All that stuff on there. Greater Elements. Distant Death. Defense. Bristling Frost. The caster is surrounded by a protective frost that increases damage reduction by 10% and deals frost accumulation damage to melee attackers. Wow, that's not half bad. Ring of Fire, also similar situation. Okay. Fascinating. Greaves of Exalted Stride. Whoa. you and your companions receive plus 20% move speed. 10% resist to poison and bleed accumulation. We're probably going to get this. What's our current one? Is it also 20? Oh my god, it's only 15. We get more fucking move speed? How can I say no? I'm such a freak for it. I literally, like, changed around my gear. I thought I was going to start wearing this Hellwalker's vestment, but I'm so addicted to the speed, I can't say no to more speed. A common problem for heavily armored warriors is that foes in lighter armor can easily outrun or outmaneuver them. To counter this problem, the Arcane Knight Fesa Aedyran etched and enchanted these greaves personally. Being able to keep up with enemies alone was not enough. She wanted to ensure that her entire squad could do the same. These are the end result. Much to the shock and dismay of lightly armored warriors, relying on their superior agility to keep them safe. I will buy it. Anything else I should buy? Guess I could get some picks, get some tea, pots and stuff. I'm probably good for the rest of the game on this, right? I'm probably fine. I'm gonna sell all these. Do I have any equipment here to sell? Oh, yep, I do. Wonderful. Good. Can I toggle stash items? I sure can. Okay. Holy shit, we're rich as fuck now. Okay. Anything else? No, those are all uniques up there. Okay, and armor. Yep, we can get rid of that. Okay, sure. Anything else I should buy up here? I think we're fine.
Goods worthy of a godlike.
And let me equip these. How do they look? I guess they're okay. Are there any clipping issues? I don't think so. Yeah, I think they're okay. I'm gonna use them.
Scout's honor.
Okay.
No! No! You outlanders!
Oh, oops.
Help us!
I was trying to test out my new move speed.
You! By the gods! Deliver us! They've gone mad! They're destroying everything!
Intellect 2-6. Just point me at the action and I'll take care of it. Slow down. Who has gone mad? To be honest, I'm surprised I've not met more mad dwarves in these wastes. Why would I be... What? Just point me at the action and I'll take care of it. I guess... You know what? To be fair, the last time in Pillars of Eternity 1, there was a very dwarven-centric expansion, that being the White March Parts 1 and 2. It was very dwarven-centric, and they kind of... I wouldn't say they went mad, but there was some madness. There was some madness. They didn't like go mad, but there was some madness. Perhaps beyond the grave, but there was madness present. All right, just point me at the action.
The archives! My monks are tearing our books apart!
Well, I'll tear them apart.
I've lost my monks and most of our books. Over the last several months, books about the garden were already going missing. But the Book of Oaths and the Book of the Before, we must hold on to those.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna mess them up. The books, worth way more than the lives of a few kith. Arcane scholars, say no more. I've literature to save. What about your monks? Don't you care about them? Why are these texts so important? What's this about missing books? I'll think about it. Say no more. I have literature to save.
Gods bless you. We recently brought the Book of Oaths to the parapet. It should still be there. And the Book of the Before should be in the main library. Now go Please. We've already lost so many precious texts.
Cool. Anything else here? Pargrin ale. Just going to eat some. Why not? Good. Can I enter through here? I could pick it, but why waste the picks? Anything else out this way? More Pargrin ale. Okay. I think I got everything. Up we go. Anything over on this little outcropping? Nah. Okay. Now hold up. How about this? Can I get up there? Oh, I totally can. Oh my god. Dreamthrall priest.
Never had a chance.
I see.
We see you.
Babies in the garden.
Careful.
Good.
You won't get through this. A branch burn. Fear in
Oh,
the eye.
knock knock.
Here we go.
Devour and protect the envoy. Not bad, envoy.
Man, look at the efficiency of the stun AoE application. There we go. Living Archives Courtyard Key. Backpack here, Balrog skin, some sausage, beetle pie. I'll eat it right now. Okay, what have we got here? Some coin. Ilara's Grimoire and some Aedyran. What does the Grimoire do? Man, minus 50% cooldown is wild. Okay. Ilara was a wizard of some renown that made a name for herself during the War of Defiance. She graduated from the Bragenhill Academy with distinction and with barely a moment to rest, boarded a ship for the Eastern Reach. Tensions were already high when Ilara arrived, and it was only a few months until war broke out. Still loyal to her empire, Ilara fought on the side of the Aedyrans to great effect. Entire squads of enemy soldiers fell to her powerful evocations, but eventually, her life was claimed by the war, as so many others had been. Sounds like a real piece of work. I mean, not for my character, probably, there's never been a greater hero. The Book of Oaths. From Solace Keep, we watch the garden. From Galawain's tusks, we watch Solace Keep. From our birth until our death, we uphold our duty. We honor those who uphold our mission and reject those who do not. For now and forevermore, we are wardens of Solace Keep. The next several pages have been torn out, leaving only line after line, page after page of signatures. These are the names of Pargrunin and Solace Keep, who pledged themselves to Nandru's word. Okay. Sure. There's a plant here as well. Oh, there it is. Okay. Great. Anything else up here? Big old bell. It looks like we're gonna have to cross over down that way. Okay, let's go through the interior. There's a treasure. This little cubby hole. I bet at a certain point in the game, these treasures and all of that didn't chime. You know? Because that would make Marius's ability way more useful. But they realized, like, due to the fast-paced, arcadey nature of the game as a whole...
That is an impressive piece of engineering. I wonder if it can see beyond the stars.
Huh. Can I use it? Fuck, I can't. Oh. Novice Dolna's Key. I'm just gonna pop this while I'm here. It's only one. There we go. This one takes 3. Taking all that. Elder Grigor's note. Or notes. A number of notes here detail the thoughts of the monastery elder in recent days, mostly musings about the state of things at the monastery. A few things stand out. The telescope has been broken for weeks now. At some point, a new initiate from Solus dropped the main viewing lens and shattered it. The glasswork is very precise, and the eyepiece itself enchanted. Replacing it will be a nightmare. Supplies are currently in a state of excess. A merchant has taken up residence here in the monastery and has been facilitating the trade of old relics retrieved from a sealed-off chamber in the bastion, which had recently been unsealed, revealing many weapons of war that were of no use to the monks. The volcano has been more active recently. It hasn't stirred like this in many years. Feels like a bad omen. Okay. I'm sure it is definitely linked to Sopadal. Okay. Over here. Take some of this food. Why not? Another essence pot. Eating that. More goodies. Okay. Essence pot again. Bash down this wall. Oh, where are we at? This is the rest of the normal way. I see. We hadn't done our wild jumping maneuver. Silver Fenning. Monk's Journal. This seems to be the journal for a monk named Vadim. The entries mostly detail a mundane life in the monastery, but the final entry catches your eye. I don't understand what's happening here. Last week, one of the initiates threw a book in a fit of rage, but I was in the room with him, and we had been working in silence until then. Elder Grigori swooped in to give him an earful, but then it was over, and I didn't think I could ask more. And I don't know this initiate, maybe they're prone to anger, I thought. Then Soren started picking fights, talking about trees and how the gardener is angry. I don't know who he means. We all take turns in the garden. It feels like we're all walking on eggshells now. Even Elder Grigori seems off, distracted. He said all is well, but I saw some of the guards and other monks carrying weapons. I stole a knife from the kitchen too, just in case. It just feels like we're sitting on a powder keg. The monastery has always been so peaceful and welcoming. Now, I can't even sleep at night for fear of something. Dream Scourge. Anything else? Writings of Serena, Volume 5. Every time I, in a video game, see the name Grigori, which I don't even know if that one's pronounced that way. I think you might normally have 2 eyes. That one might be Grigor, right? But either way, anytime I see that name in a video game, I cannot help but think, and I'm very sorry, Dragon's Dogma enjoyers, fellow Dragon's Dogma enjoyers, but I think of Father Grigori from Half-Life 2 from Ravenholm. Alright, Writings of Serena, Volume 5, or 5. In hope for the renewal of Solus, the scholar Serena, who is called a Strict, presents these flakes to the families of the keep, that they might by debate and dissemination be napped into sharp points. 1. When our founder Nandru said, "Do not alter what I have taught you," he intended that we live our entire lives in accordance with his teachings. 2. The people of Solus have turned away from Nandru's word because a stone where that word was carved has been lost. 3. But the word was never in the stone. The word was in the people. It is the responsibility of the people to rebuild the broken word. 4. The word of Nandru instructs us to build a mighty fortress and to marshal our power within it, that it should stand even when the world's foundations quiver. 5. Therefore, it is the responsibility of the people to rebuild the might of this fortress, even as we rebuild the word. 6. Obedience to the word of Nandru is false unless it is accompanied by investment in the world of Nandru, that is, labor in the service of Solus. To divest from Solus is to disobey Nandru. 7. There should be no wealthy in Solus until Solus is wealthy again. The paid exemption to corvée should end unless the payment goes to fund the corvée. 8. There should be no safe in Solus until Solus is safe again. The paid exemption from service in the Wardens should end unless the payment goes to fund the Wardens. 9. Neither stations of birth nor status of the quarter should accept anyone from labor in service of Solus. 10. There should be no word of Nandru except the word that is practiced. There should be no written word that overrules the word that is spoken. 11. The body of law that has been recorded since the day of Nandru in the interpretation of Nandru's life and teachings, which is to say, the lessons of Nandru, has no legitimacy and should be closed unread. 12. The strength of Solus is in Solus. Citizenship cannot be purchased, but only earned through works. 13. It is said among some kith that tradition for tradition's sake stifles change. Indeed, steel must bend lest it shatter. But does the ship keep its keel only for keel's sake? Yea, the keel stifles change, so the ship will not overturn. Does the foundation keep its cornerstones only for corner's sake? Yea, the cornerstone stifles change, so that the wall will not topple. 14. In all things, Nandru's word prefers the tested way to the untested. We are all sorely tested, and we must return to the tested way. 15. The word of Nandru should not be reserved for the literate. All should have equal access to the word. 16. The right to serve upon the council should not be conditioned upon knowledge of the written lessons, but only upon knowledge of Nandru's word as it was spoken. 17. The first use of the smithy should be to arm and armor Solus. The last use should be ingots for trade. 18. Any smith who is held in debt bondage to a trading family and who practices Abaddon's craft to pay down that debt should be released. That debt should be annulled. 14. The penalty for placing oneself before Solus should be service. Those who believe they can be exempted from the work of defending and building Solus because of their wealth or heritage should be the first slain in battle and set the deepest in the mines. 20. But for those of wealth and heritage who place Solus before themselves, there should be recognition and reward, as there is recognition for the keystone and the lintel and the column. They are the columns of Solus. They are the keystones and the lintels. 21. Those who interpret the word of Nandru from the lessons of Nandru and the custom of the law are the enemies of Solus. Those who seek the word of Nandru and the spoken teachings of Nandru are the heart and the hand of Solus. Okay. Yeah. As was seemingly alluded to, Serena's got some pretty good ideas. Okay, so that goes over there. How about this room? Another slain monk. Have to pick this open. Where's this even go to? Back outside? I mean, oh, this is the front door. Huh. Okay. It's barred from this side. Must be our fast access loop around. Okay, we got the key. Popping it. Let's do a quick save just in case.
Not saying a word.
There's an arquebusier, a priest. Gonna try and get the priest. Nope.
We see you!
Well done.
Easy enough. Okay.
Well, that was fun.
Take that. Some soul sponge we can take. Kraken horn. Or soul sponge. Can unbar this as well. Good. Anything over here in this little corner? Don't think so. Okay.
Thank you! Oh gods, thank you!
Novice Dolna?
You're a blessing, Envoy. Thank the gods.
We'll take care of the Dreamthralls, don't worry. You shouldn't be here. Try to run through to the others outside. Damn fool, what are you doing hanging around here? You shouldn't be here. Try run through to the others outside.
No, I can't. Not yet. I need a book. Once I have it, I can get out of here and start my life again in Solace. It's called The Book of the Before. Have you seen it?
The Book of the Before. That's the one Elder Grigori requested. Are you risking your life for a book? I'll bear it in mind. That's the one the Elder requested.
He what? Oh, no. Please, no. You've got to give me the book instead.
Perception 04 or 07. What do you give me for it? Why shouldn't I give it to Elder Grigori? Let's see what I can do. Why shouldn't I give it to the Elder?
Because he doesn't need it.
What?
Oh, I read it often when I first became a monk. It inspired me. I want it as a keepsake. Besides, no one else read it. No one would notice it missing. Please, just find it and
What's he
bring it
really
back.
want it for?
It should be somewhere in the archives proper. I'll make it worth your while.
We needed that
I'll be here
perception
when
check
you
to
got
find
it.
out. To, like, suss out her true motive.
No way she's not up to something.
Yeah. Okay. Return the Book of the Before to Novice Dolna. Eliminate every Dreamthrall at the monastery. Okay. We're gonna take it to the Elder. If she really wanted it that badly, she should have told me why. Or at least been better at lying. Okay. Let's see over
Lead the
here.
way.
The Blacksmith Knights, a short story on the Knights of the Crucible. Don't we know about the Knights of the Crucible from, yeah, speaking of the White March Part 1 and 2, I think this is, yeah, Knights of the
What
Crucible?
disturbs us? Quarry in the brook. Who goes there? Only a dream. Who disturbs us?
Cool.
Feed them to the earth!
One more left up top. Let's wipe them out before we check out these books here.
Nice job!
There we are. Okay, what have we got? Excerpts from the Sermon of Struggle. Choice is a luxury we earn through peace. Struggle is our fundamental nature. Even when our war banners sit idle, mankind foments strife. Friends argue with fists. Lovers kindle jealousies. Merchants compete with lies. Wherever mankind goes, struggle follows. Magran is goddess of fire and war, not bloodshed and conquest, though many in Raid Saris would tell it differently. How bitter they must be that Magran's priests were able to destroy a god made manifest. How bitter indeed. We who worship Magran are not addled barbarians or cloistered mystics. We are soldiers, armorers, watchmen, and bodyguards. Artisans of conflict, and protectors of our families and flags. We do not salivate for battle. We view war as unwelcome. But struggle is our fundamental nature. We do not pray for strife. We pray for the wisdom to resolve it quickly. We do not wish for war, but when it inevitably must be fought, we find divine ecstasy in discipline, efficiency, and excellence. Magran, guide us to the battle that is just and fair. Let us be your fire that burns away the profane, leaving only the righteous. If struggle is our fundamental nature, let victory be our inevitable state of grace. I think that was a book from Pillars 1. I don't think that was new stuff. Meditations on the Garden. Okay. A thick text written in Pargrunan runes. Copied across its manifold pages are poems, tracts, and stories that have been collected from across generations. The garden is something different for each of us, a sacred duty handed down by our forebears, a responsibility without hope for reward, a glorious glimpse at something beyond our imagining, a place where our most intimate dreams can come true, a paradise where fresh water flows like lava, or where crops grow unburdened by sulfur and ash, a playground where laughter blows like wind, or a silent sanctuary to soothe the faithful soul. Some say a god lies there, while others believe it is a trick played by our ancients to give us a reason to live in this furnace. There isn't just one garden, but many. One for every soul that has ever served it, defined by our hopes and dreams and darkened by our regrets. Anything else down here? Ah, the Book of the Before, of course. A well-loved tome, pages rendered brittle by age. It was written by Nandru, founder of Solace Keep. The ruins of those who came before are to be found all throughout the Living Lands. Those who came before must have had the entire isle under their control. Building such wonders must have taken centuries of work. They are found beneath even Solace itself. These were people who thrived, until they did not. Yes, these lands are beset with evils, and yes, the beasts that roam and the plants that grow are cruel. But such a people as those who came before could not have been brought low by mere beasts or a putrid fungus. Only a spiritual rot could so destroy a people. So, I pray to Wodica for guidance. So I pray to preserve my soul from the true evil of these lands. Oh. Got a shield there. Lockbox. A few goodies. Nade. Meditations on the Garden. Oh, same as before. Okay, I think we've got everything here. I think. Yeah. Check around this upper level a bit more. Let me eat and drink some speed water. Here we are. Burned bounty list. A parchment found by a fireplace in the living archives. It is mostly but not completely burned. Dolna, in exchange for the following text, supreme rewards you shall, and a return to the keep. Bounties. Much of the list is burned, but the following is legible. Memories from the garden, acquired. Records of the construction of the bridge to the garden, acquired. The book of the before, nothing. Forja, or the world beneath the keep, acquired. Blueprints of the sluice, acquired. Original surveys of the mines of Mount Forja, acquired. Nandra in the garden, acquired. It was burned, huh? I'm guessing, Lodwyn. Maybe. Psalm to Wodica. Oh yeah, I think this is, this was in the first game. Pillars 1. Not the first Avowed. This is the first Avowed. Okay.
Envoy, the book! I need the book!
Let's see, can I talk to you and choose to, like, say I'm not giving it to you?
Have you got the book of the before?
What's in it for me? Hand over the book of the before. Take it. I found a list of stolen books with your name on it. Can you explain? Leave. Can you explain your name on this?
I don't know anything about it.
Think hard before you get yourself exiled. That attitude won't go far in Paradise.
Please, just give me the list.
Hand over the book of the before. You can have the book on your list. Give her the list. Take it. Who's the buyer? Tell me what you know. You're the thief. The one who's been stealing all the books, aren't you? I think Elder Grigor needs this more than you. I'll think about it. You're the thief.
Me? That's an insane accusation.
Who's the buyer? Tell me what you know.
No, I can't do that. Just give me the damn list.
She's so, like, whiny about it. I think Elder Grigor needs this more than you.
No, please don't.
Sorry, eat a butt. Eat a butt. Okay. Yeah, I think, even if I were a more goodly character, I would probably side with her and feel bad about it, about her whole situation. You know, because she wants to not be exiled from Solace anymore, you know? But even in saying that, it would be difficult to muster some amount of, like, love for her. Because she is so, like, weaselly and cretinous about her going about it, right? Wouldn't even tell me. Unless she tells more goodly characters, right? If she didn't tell me because of reactivity to me being a piece of shit, fair enough. But it didn't come off as that way. Alright, Elder Grigor.
The books, for Nandru's sake, do you have them?
I have the books right here. Take them. Give him the burned list. I found this in the library. Dolna's been stealing your books. Leave. Let me come back to you. Dolna's been stealing your books.
What is that? Let me see. This is every book that's gone missing. Dolna, were you so unhappy here that you had to do this?
The damage is probably done, but at least you can deal with the ones responsible.
I'll take care of this. I will inform the guards. They will imprison her and... Oh, it did not have to be this way.
Did you know anything about this? Say nothing. Did you know anything about this?
No. It's
What?
a shock to me. I still can't believe it. But, well...
Was
there
it
you
an
are.
inside job? I have the books right here. Take them.
Thank the gods. Let me see them. Mostly intact. Yes, the Book of Oaths is mainly intact, and the Book of the Before. Our work of rebuilding begins now. I hate to be curt, but I must ask you to leave us now. May this token show our thanks, and may Nandru's blessing find its way even to you.
My read of it, it isn't that, Grigor... I don't think he knew of the thefts, but I think he knew that Dolna was discontent.
Outsider, I have wares.
I've already bought them, thank you. Alright, I guess that's everything. Do I have quests to return anywhere else? Near the Founder's head, these arrows find, out of view where he is blind. Where could it be? The Founder's head? Huh. Like, the big statue in Solace Keep, or is there another big head? Is there another huge head out here? The Founder's head? Okay, let's go to the keep, either way. Right? Yeah, let's go there. We can turn in this bounty. Because I don't know if we'll come back after we go in here. It doesn't feel like a point of no return, but it might be. Yeah, see that head right there. Where's that at? That's probably what I'm looking for. The one that loads screen. Maybe by Mount Forja. Oh, yeah. This is probably it. That's probably the head. Okay. And we haven't gotten there yet. Am I going the right way? Ooh, I'm not. Let's head back into the keep. Yeah, I can't believe there isn't like a proper fast travel to get into Solace Keep. There isn't even like an interior map that I can tab over to. That's really wild. We also have that other chunk of star metal. I wonder if the smith can do anything with it.
I suppose that's edible.
The food in Solace Keep is
Okay, heading down or up. Golden Souls, Sons. Wait, do you pronounce that as sons? I don't think so, right? I don't think you do. That's just the translation. Alright, Bounty Master?
Anything to report?
Yep, got the last bounty.
Excellent work.
Killed the Revenant.
May they have better fortune on their next turn around the wheel. Somewhere far away from here would be a start. I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's everything. Gods above, Envoy. I don't know what to say.
Nothing needs to be said. I'm glad I could help. Thank you, perhaps? Instead of saying anything, how about a bit extra for all my work? I'm glad I could help. Nothing needs to be said.
Stories of your prowess and generosity will echo throughout the ages, Envoy. Here, take this. Many wardens contributed
Warden's
coins
Oath?
to thank you for the burdens you've relieved from their shoulders. I will make sure your name lives on in our hearts and minds. For as long as Solace Keep stands, you will be remembered.
Okay. What was it? Some sort of, trinket. Warden's Oath. Plus 20% damage against beasts and wilders. Or wilders. Aside from the lack of resources, deadly geologic activity, and the crushing dread of isolation, the biggest threat to the Wardens of Solace Keep is the native wildlife of Galawain's tusks. When a warden takes their oath, they vow to protect their people from any and every danger that may harm them. Some dangers are more easily combated than others, and this ring only assists in doing so. Giant beetles and territorial zorops litter the volcanic waste the Wardens call home, And though it may be a thankless task, with each of these creatures destroyed, the region becomes safer for the stalwart defenders of Solace Keep. Okay. Let me check in with you again. Thought they were making music.
You're back! What did you miss most? The loud clanging or the grimy walls and floor? What can I do for you?
I have more star metal.
Blessed day! What would you like done?
Okay. Yeah, we'll do the
Very
sword.
good. This shouldn't take long. Let me show you what
Okay, we've seen this
ought to
before.
be good.
It is done. I call it the Meteor Blade.
Great. Okay. Another masterwork. You've truly proven yourself, Forge Master.
Thank you for your kind words, outsider. I will take them to heart.
Okay, what else do you have? Anything? Oh yeah, faith and conviction. Huh. Maybe I should buy it just on account of it potentially looking cool. Am I down for that? I think I am. I think I actually am down for that. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it and just wear it. I'm just gonna use it for, fashion. Gotta sell these off, though, real quick. Good. Great. Okay. Faith and conviction. Then over here, I'll get rid of these. Lovely. Okay. Does it look very cool? I feel like it looks cool. Oh, yeah, the Aedyran purple. Oh, perfect. Holy shit, yep, best in slot look. Wow, wow, wee wah. Yeah, it's just a recolor. Palette swap. But what a fantastic in-character palette swap it is. Okay. Sure. Well, let's head on out here. Shall we go over to this campsite? Yeah. We can do a little bit of crafting and all that. And I think, yeah, Yahtzee wanted to talk now? I wonder if there was a 4th star medal somewhere that I missed. Maybe there was one in every zone? Did I get one in Shatterscarp? I don't think I did. I wonder if there was one in Shatterscarp somewhere that I missed.
Did someone teach you to fight? Or is every Roatian born with a sword and pistol in hand?
I like to think we're naturals on the battlefield, but I got my training in the Roatian Navy.
Does no one study before then?
We learn the basics, just like anyone else. Believe it or not, we don't all become soldiers. We've got trade guilds and universities. Our best scholars wind up at the Lore College.
Interesting.
What brought this on?
Well, I was flinging fireballs at a very young age, and I wondered if Roatai had perfected fireproof homes.
The storms take care of that for us.
Fair point.
Yahtzee?
You know, I don't think I've ever seen so many books in one place. And to think Elder Grigor was going to hide them away from everyone. I just wish I wasn't traveling with a man who agreed with him.
Pargrunen books belong with the Pargrunen. She's a thief, Yahtzee. I think this is our biggest hang-up, is the, disorder, the breaking of law. She's a thief, Yahtzee.
And the monks are hoarders. What's the point of a library if no one can check out the books? No matter. What's done is done. I had just hoped that Pargrun knowledge could help the Pargrunen. Well, that's all I have to say on the matter, I suppose. Unless there's something else you wish to discuss? How can I help, darling?
Okay, that's enough for now. Get some rest.
Don't let the bedbugs bite, dearie.
It feels as though Yahtzee has the least amount of conviction of any of our followers.
About the stars?
Which I would not have thought to be the case, but I actually think Marius has more conviction than Yahtzee.
Myth that all stars are actually bonfires far in the distance, giving you a peek into the lives of others you'd otherwise never meet.
Fascinating.
Why do you ask, dearie?
There's a lot about the physical world we still don't understand. And I always wonder how much we've forgotten. Falling stars, for example, are rich with soul essence. We still don't know why.
Interesting.
I have a theory, but maybe I should keep it to myself.
Oh, well, you can't keep it to
Giada, we
yourself
all
now.
have theories.
Share.
Talking about forbidden lore is a good way to attract the wrong sort of attention. The Hand Occult, for instance.
Oh, the suspense is killing me, dearie.
Let's discuss it in private, when no one else is listening.
No point. You two are incredibly loud when you're gossiping.
This isn't gossip. It's academic discourse.
Either way, it's loud.
Ignore them, Giada. We're going to be as loud as we like.
Okay, let's see here. I would like to upgrade my chess piece here, which requires 2 toadstools and 1 dragon hide. Fortunately, we can make 2 toadstools and several dragon hides, 7 of them, in fact. Okay, great. All of our gear is now fully upgraded, except for, I guess, our offhand slot. Okay. Good. And then let us get out of here. Right? Yeah. Let's exit here. Take the same party. Good. Sure. Let me get some speedy water. And we'll run around over here. Oh, there's some loot I missed. Not that we really even need loot at this point, huh? Yeah, we don't even need loot. We literally don't need loot. Okay. I mean, I guess if I did ever want to do a New Game Plus, it would come in handy. I'm assuming there won't be new weapon tiers unless they do like a full reset. I don't know. Travel to Mount Forja Mines. Solace Keep is an ancient fortress in Galwain's tusks. Oh, about that.
Saka sub-steel Garrod slaughtered them and left them to rot. I say we pay them in kind.
Ooh. Let's check that other route real quick.
It's the end. I'm with you.
Nicely done.
Here we are. Good.
That'll show him.
Yeah, I don't... When it comes to doing a New Game Plus for this game, I don't foresee myself doing one, like, on YouTube, you know? If I did decide to go through with it, it'd probably be something I do in my own time. Okay, over here. Good. I don't know, this way. More goodies. A lot of folks. Okay. Up here. Anything? Oh. It's barred on this side. Another vantage point. Sure.
It's the Envoy.
here. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Is there a quicker way up there? No. Yeah, there really needs to be a sprint button while you're on the ladder. It's like the slowest action in the entire game. Unless, like, it scales with parkour speed. Then that would be kind of cool.
Glad that's over.
Which, of course, we have a very low parkour speed. I haven't really put anything into it. Taking that. And that. I have Rimmergond. Sure. Was there anything else up top? Did I check everything? Let me make doubly sure if there wasn't somewhere I could jump to. I don't think so. Okay.
We'll pass you at the root.
Please help me! Nice!
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't come.
What happened to the steel garrote? What happened to the dwarves? Are there any other survivors? What happened to the garrote?
I don't know. They caught me. They said they had questions. Then they stopped making sense. Just nonsense.
Sounds like the Dream Scourge at work. Again.
Please. There is a friend of mine hiding in the summit. You have to help me before it's too late.
Okay.
We better get moving.
Let me just look through your treasure here. Thank you. Over this way. Good. Could go up. Is there a reason to go up? Ooh, there's a little tiny crawl space. Or crouch space.
Quiet, Nim dude.
Okay. What have we got? Meh. Anything else here? Or I continue? Nah.
It's the
Oh, shit.
They're coming! The Inquisitor!
You know, these steel garrotes sound a lot more sane than the others. Couldn't quite get the exploit attack off or whatever it's called. Special attack? I always forget. I do it all the time and I don't even know what it's called. Great. Beetle shell. Okay. Let's head over this route. Oh dear, look at all this. Can I actually traverse this? Maybe. Let me do a quick save. Oh, that's the area I was in before. Oop. Little hot. Nothing over here. Unless there's like a drop-down point. I don't think so. Nope. Oh dear. Okay, I'm actually going to have to use the... There we are. Okay. Up we go. Got some goodies right there, too. Came around through there. Okay, let me also chow down on some food.
Well, that's that. We'll need another way through.
Okay. No. Climb up here. Oh, this probably goes the same direction. Sorry, Marius. Okay. Yeah, I think that loops around. Beetle zone. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Going too fucking fast. Flying into fucking lava. There we are. Can actually circle strafe these mushroom men and their like projectile attack. At least with my move speed. I don't know, maybe you can't always do it. Good. Okay, what have we got over here? Anything of interest? Anything worthwhile? Got a shield and a greatsword. Okay. Nope. Missed some of that. Dank spores. Yeah. Mogren's blessing right there. Dead-ass dude. Oh, look at this. A lot of treasure. Okay. A lot of free stuff just out in the open, not requiring much exploration. Really feels like we're at the end of the game, but that can't be. Surely the end of the game will be a fight at the garden. You know? And it sounds like to get to the garden, we'll have to go underneath Solace Keep, you know? Okay, let's head over here. Rank that up. Check this. Oop, almost went too fast and flew right over again. Nice treasure here. Lava forged plate. Okay. Was lava forged plate in one of the other games? How's it look? I don't know, it looks kind of corny. Right? With the, like, little lava effect. It looks too video gamey. Alright. Taking melee damage deals fire damage to nearby enemies, plus 45% resist to fire accumulation. Look, if there were a dragon in this game, that'd be a pretty good item to use against it. Though donning this armor can be a difficult endeavor to avoid burning oneself, the protection it provides is worth the risk. This unique plate armor was forged in the long-lost Floating Foundry, a Pargrin facility built atop a river of lava. During its brief existence, remarkable arms and armor were crafted in the Floating Foundry, but it was not to last. This plate is one of the few pieces of Pargrun craftsmanship that survived the fall of the floating foundry, thanks to its unique composition. I will stash it. You know, I'm gonna stash that too. And I'm finally gonna break this spear down. Okay. That'll do. Let's run over this way. Fight some skeletons. They weren't here before, were they?
Enemy
Lovely.
Watch your right!
There. And just a blight. Which, being a greater one, it's liable to split into like a few smaller ones too. Yep. Looks like there's one more. Got stuck down here, yeah. There we are.
That's done. If you need advice, it's amazing how
oops.
many complex ecosystems you can fit into one island.
Don't think I can loot that one. Thank goodness we don't really need loot. Okay. Chow down on some of these. I know better than to try going up there. Lot of Eyes of Rimmergond. I guess they want me to go up in places like that. Cache of weapons. More lava flows. Okay. Does that go out somewhere? Let me do a quick save in case I fuck it up. Anything? Nah, we've been over here. Okay. Looks like there's something here, maybe. I can't quite get up that. Yeah, from here I can. Oh, there's a snoozing dummy. What am I in Fallout 4? Okay. Nope. Nope. Let's continue over here, do a quick save. Big drop down area. No way back. Rust-stained map of Galawain's tusks. Oh.
The steel garrote left in a hurry. Either they were 2 steps ahead of us, or running for their lives. What do we have here? Pargrunin books and documents. Some of them quite old.
They circled Solace Keep on the map. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Are the steel garrote looking for the garden in the keep? Oh, that's just because Kostya offered them the keep. Are they planning to attack the keep? I have no idea what's going on. Are the steel garrote looking for... Oh, that's just because Kostya offered them the keep.
No. These books are all about the garden.
Right.
They must be here for
the
a
underground
reason.
path.
This looks more like research to me.
We didn't have an option to mention the
steel
underground
garrote was
path that
definitely
probably
looking for
exists.
something. Probably trying to find a way to the garden. Through Solace Keep. Impossible. I've explored every inch of the keep. If there was a path to the garden inside the keep, I'd know about it.
It would have to be underground. A secret tunnel, perhaps.
Secret tunnel in the mountains. Secret tunnel. If this is true, how will the Steel Garrote know? That sounds like it would be a closely guarded secret. Wonder who Lodwyn killed for that information. Now, she probably got the information from the book thief, right? How would the Steel Garrote know?
Lodwyn must have an informant. There's no other way.
Doesn't matter. The Steel Garrote getting to the garden cannot be a good thing.
Remember what we're fighting for. The people of the Living Lands are counting on us. Be ready to fight. No quarter. Watch each other's backs. This might get messy.
I knew what I signed up for. Sometimes you have to make a mess to clean a mess. And this is certainly a mess.
Been watching your backs all this time. Not about to stop now.
Okay. Some fresh water. Rust-stained map. A stained map of Galawain's tusk containing the many places the Steel Garrote has apparently searched while looking for the garden. Solace Keep has been circled thrice. Okay, health pot. Whoa, a shitload of money. Okay. The Serenian Proclamations. So they were interested in the Serena stuff too? A more recent volume that is seen somewhere, seemingly bound and rebound several times. The writing seems of a more modern age, but the paper has not weathered the years with grace. Once the invaders were repelled and the process of clearing the rubble had begun, Serena quickly established new traditions meant to bolster Solace against future invasions of the type. Many of those traditions are still in place today, though many, such as the prohibition of relying on the written word to carry out our culture and knowledge, remain controversial. Serena believed that Solace's thoughts and culture were as valuable as its material resources, and thus they deserved special protection from outside threats. To record our knowledge, culture, and advancements in written form would make them available to be taken or destroyed by foreign invaders, and therefore Serena forbade the creation of written records. While the people of Solace followed the decree, knowing that Serena's strength and strategic acumen had repelled the savages that broke in the walls, many murmured among themselves that this was a step too far. By Serena's decree, materials such as this very volume would be considered illegal, just for fear that it would fall into enemy hands. Oh, that's wild. Huh. Such a fun parallel between the Pargrunin and the Godless. The Establishment of Solace, Volume 10. A volume, part of a set of Pargrunin history. Much of the writing is lost to age and wear, but a slip of cloth marks a spot of particular interest to the previous reader. While his followers welcomed a moment to stop and make rest, many felt strongly that this place, on the coast of the violent, molten land they called Galawain's Tusks, was neither safe nor inviting as a foundation for civilization. Nandru's closest advisors warned him of the Pargrunin settlements that preceded this one, and of the moldering ruins thereof. Nandru simply gazed out over the acid sea, at the mystical glow beyond, and said these words, immortalized by tradition and passed down forever since. Here our journey ends, my people. Here we find solace. I guess those will be magical words we need to access something. Not unlike what we saw at Marius' village.
Trespasser, she defiles our ground.
Okay. Travel to Mount Forja's summit, which will probably get our final totem piece here, right? Seems that way.
Murderer, she is near.
What have we got? Meh. Oh. Lodwyn? Yeah, looks like it.
Has come to take the garden.
Wardens will never.
Yesterday, this island suffered in the grip of its own madness. Today, the living lands unite.
Why was she so quiet at
under
first?
one flag, one people, one law, one true God.
No! Never again!
Oh shit. Oh shit. And the physical nature of Lodwyn makes her immune. As does mine, but what about my followers? Damn, so every fucking body...
Dreamthralls now?
Don't be shy, Envoy. Come, let's talk.
Take a moment, people.
Oh, okay.
So here you are. Sapodal coaxed you toward the garden, a spider luring a fly to the safety of the web.
Who spins? Who rides? She weaves a trap of steel.
Look at my paladins, Envoy. Look what your god has done to us. I should have realized it sooner. The Dream Scourge is Sapodal's weapon. A cudgel to drive us out of the living lands.
Arcane Scholar, I don't think it is a weapon. I think it's a reflex. That can't be true. Sapodal would have told me. You may be right. Even if that's true, Sapodal is allowed to defend their homeland. I didn't come all this way to hear you monologue. I'm after the garden. Yeah, let's go with the scholar check. I don't think it is a weapon. I think it's a reflex.
Then Sapodal's danger is only outmatched by their unpredictability.
I don't believe your god could knowingly wield the Dream Scourge. Their mind is broken, with no capacity for malice.
Is their mind broken?
And no capacity for reason either. Like a child playing with their mother's invention. Isn't that right?
Their mind is definitely compartmentalized and sequestered.
You talk too much. The dead should remain silent.
What a pair we make, Envoy. Proxies in a war between gods. Your patron versus my faith. A war that ends here and now. The choice is ours. Do we trust our own judgment, or do we gamble it all on the monster whispering in your ear?
What do you propose? Sapodal deserves a chance to be free. You've made some good points. I'm willing to listen. The only monster I see here is you. Yeah, I like the fourth one. Right, if we want to be very literal and physical about it. What do you propose? Right, my character would definitely hear her out, even to this point. What do you propose?
Keep your promise to the Emperor. Cut the Dream Scourge off at the root. Permanently.
No!
No matter where we turn, we find the consequences of Sapodal. Plague, blight, madness. The living lands hangs by a thread because mortals cannot live in the shadow of a god, much less one that's lost its mind.
We were fine living at the whim of a sleeping god until you came along and woke it up.
Use whatever brain is left in your skull. Mortals have been here for centuries. It's only gotten worse since you arrived.
You and I alone can save the living lands by destroying the unending madness that is Sapodal.
You're wrong. When I reach the garden, I'm setting Sapodal free. You're right. I'm going to the garden to destroy Sapodal. I want to hear what my friends think. Let's hear them out. I think we've already just heard them, but let's hear some more exposition. Right? Man, I'm so curious how far, speaking of convictions earlier, how far will my characters roleplayed like imperialistic convictions and loyalty to the Aedyran Empire, how far is it going to drive me? Right? Because the only way in which I can see my character ever taking a stand against Lodwyn is if our theory of like a potential coup d'etat is real, you know? Which, there were hints of it earlier in what, Emerald Stair? But we haven't heard a peep of it since. You're right. Well, no. I want to hear my friends first.
You're asking me what to do about the god living in your head? I don't know, but killing a god sounds like a really bad idea.
From her point of view, the answer is obvious. But consider what we know about Sapadal. Or, to be precise, what we don't know. The consequences we've seen are not Sapadal's true nature, but the projections of their tormented mind. Whatever we do, will at least put an end to their imprisonment. Nothing should live in a cage.
Our time is short. Choose.
I mean, I assume that my followers here and everyone are speaking from like an uninformed level, right? I think in truth, as we have seen in the past, I do think Sapadal is sometimes fucked up. You know, as is the case with every deific being, every god in Eora, Sapadal is sometimes fucked up. It's not just now that sometimes Sapadal would do horrible things, right? We've seen evidence of Sapadal throwing tantrums and, like, getting lots of people, like, killed and damn near wiped out, like, to extinction. Literally to extinction, I guess, in the case of the Aedyans, as far as we know. Right? We've seen Sapadal's wrath incurred many a time in these visions from the past, right? Even if we were going the goodly route. Though I think this is a bit of a fake out. I don't think we're quite being as committal as it seems. You know? I think when we get to the garden, that's when we really commit to a choice. It feels, you know, when we learn the true nature of things. But maybe not. Maybe I'm reading it incorrectly. Either way, like I said, if I'm role-playing my character is going to the garden to destroy Sapadal. Sapadal is a risk, right? Coup d'etat or not, the Dream Scourge presents a threat to the Aedyran Empire. And to all Kith, frankly. It's unwieldy, it's unpredictable. It cannot be controlled as far as we know. Right? There is the issue of the tormented mind, but even then, is that the case? Has the mind only been tormented and fractured in such a way, the mind of Sapadal, been fractured in this way because of past actions? Who can say? It seems that way. We don't know for certain, but it sure seems that way. Okay. We don't fully know exactly why and what the Magfolk were doing. Because the curious thing is that it seems like the Magfolk were there to put a hamper on Sapadal. But who let them there? Were there Aedyans who turned to Wotica? To the Magfolk? Huh. We know so little about that conflict. And I'm sure that'll be the big reveal when we get to the garden. You're right, I'm gonna destroy Sapadal.
She lies. She poisons.
Are you sure that's the right decision?
We are? I would hate to lose your god before we fully understand them, but it's hardly my choice to make.
It's not every day that a godlike vanquishes their creator. Tell me, when the time comes, will you hesitate? Or will it be swift?
Sapadal has suffered enough. I'll make it quick. At the very least, I'll listen to what they have to say. I won't know for certain until I confront them in the garden. I'll listen to what they have to say.
And that is where the trap will close, because Sapadal has your heart in their palm. Are you confident in your own strength? Do you imagine that Sapadal has no hold over you? I will judge that for myself, and judge harshly, starting with your conduct in Dawnshore.
I knew everything we've done would come back to bite us.
You brought your killer to justice, sending a message to anyone who would dare stand in our way.
Man, look at this. We got a lot of reactivity here. We needed a display of strength and unity. Showing mercy toward my killer seemed like a measured approach. Remained silent. We needed a display of strength and unity.
When the embassy disappointed us, you changed our fortunes. What of Emerald Stair? You were wise not to interfere with Fior Messiverno. Wiser, perhaps blind. It makes no difference.
Just because we didn't chase your rats into the woodpile doesn't mean we don't have claws.
You speak out of turn, little Animancer. Already you are doomed in the eyes of the burned queen. Do you wish to condemn the envoy as well?
No. Finish your judgment and be done with us, corpse.
The Steel Garrote cleansed the city of governance, history, and animancy gone awry.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point made by Giada. This sort of more structured period of judgment, right? This exact type of exposition delivered by Inquisitor Lodwyn, like, ahead of a faction of the Steel Garrote, speaking directly to Wodica. It absolutely tracks, right? It absolutely tracks that she would be so formal with this sort of like weighing the scales, as it were. You will pay a price for the raising of Fior Messiverno. I'm not the one who should stand in judgment. Remain silent. I'm not the one who should stand in judgment.
Careful, Envoy. You died once before. I doubt you'll get a third chance at life. Our paths crossed again in Shatterscarp. You destroyed the ruins of Naku Kubel, saved the settlement, hobbled the Dream Scourge.
Rengrim's alternative would have killed innocents. I'm still haunted by all the people who died in those ruins. Remain silent. Rengrim's alternative would have killed innocents.
When caught between impossible choices, you trusted logic. For that, you have my respect. After weighing your conduct, I have reached a decision. You have one chance to do the right thing, Envoy. One chance. Kill Sapadal, and do not falter.
A false promise. A chance to escape.
We've thrown our lot in with a monster.
Your fealty has bought you my trust. Do not squander it.
Resolve 11-8. Sapadal will die by my hand, I promise. Thank you. Look forward to working together. Nod solemnly. Sapadal will die by my hand, I promise. This is getting pretty fucking wild.
I will hold you to your word.
Everything's coming to a head.
Sapadal in the garden to you. Another matter calls me back to Dawnshore.
What? You were just gonna let her leave?
Until next time.
Dawnshore?
Nice of the Death Guard to let us do her dirty work.
Mmm.
Swarm! We've got company!
How did she get out here? She got teleportation? I don't think anyone's canonically quite mastered teleportation yet.
More Dreamthralls. Really?
Look, we didn't get a Lodwyn fight here, so this is what we get. Was the Dream Scourging just localized right here that we saw during the big, like, blast wave? Because I don't see any more of it, like, residually on the ground. And one more. Unless we get another wave. Great.
I'm coming for Lodwyn next.
We won, right? Not real sure what just happened other than Lodwyn getting away. The garden lit up and everyone changed. I hate to say it, but maybe Lodwyn is right about Sappadal and the Dream Scourge. Anyone else feel like everything's falling apart?
Okay. Take all that.
Vipers in a knot. The venom drowns us. Save us, please.
Oh, there's a little doohickey here. Here's our last piece. Hold up. Gotta get this Gallowayne totem fragment.
I wager those artifacts you found fit together somehow. Let's have a...
Speak. We would speak to you.
Oops, sorry. Let's head over here. They thought we were about to leave without talking. Okay. Hold up, let me get some of these. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe a lot of places did get Dream Scourged. Okay. Yeah, never mind. Maybe it was like a huge blast. Okay. This is a very wild-looking bit of Audra.
They stand outside our prison. We rattle the bars, they do not hear. We scream, they do not answer.
What's happening? You changed those people into Dreamthralls, didn't you? Tell me the truth, Sappadal. Are you behind the Dream Scourge? Calm down. Panicking isn't going to help any of us. I just saw you turn everyone on this summit into Dreamthralls, and now you want to talk? Let's say that.
When they are done with us, they will rend you next.
Fine. Tell me what's going on. Enough. You've been the cause of the Dream Scourge the whole time, and you never told me. Let's come down hard here. You never told me.
You are like them. Always cruel. Always. You and she and all the rest. Exactly the same. This was never our fault. Yet she made it our sin. She who caged us. She who called us monster. We thrash and the affliction rises. We scream and the rot spreads. We did not intend to lie.
Right. When she says, or when they say she, they mean not Lodwyn, but Woedica, right? What we still don't really know is they're referring to, Sappadal is referring to the point in time when they were caged and imprisoned at the garden, I presume, in some form or another. The thing that we don't know is why. Why did Woedica originally seek them out? What is the timeline of events of Sappadal, like, continually fucking over the Aedyran? You know? The way in which the Aedyran and the Magfolk and Woedica play into Sappadal's entire situation here in the Living Lands is the big unknown, and I don't think we'll get an answer until we actually go to the garden. You let me think this wasn't your doing. You offered to fight a problem that you created. I understand. Sometimes we must do terrible things to survive. Yeah, I think my character would say, I do understand. Sometimes we must do terrible things to survive. Which is why, Sopadol, I'm going to do a terrible thing to you. Right? Right? That is exactly my justification for killing Sopadol. Sopadol is too much of a danger to Kith. To continue to exist in this way. Right? For my character? Absolutely. Sometimes we must do terrible things to survive.
We only wanted to be loved. We only wanted not to be alone. They hurt us. We hurt them back. We hurt them again. Filled them with the rot of our anguish. Until they understood our agony. Until the soil rang with it.
The Akita hurt Sopadol?
Us. We were alone until we found you.
I don't know what to think about you. You lied to me. You caused the Dream Scourge. That's more than you deserve, you monster. Yes, of course, Sopadol, I'm with you. You can still keep playing both sides here. You lied to me. You caused the Dream Scourge.
We cause it, but it is not our way. You would have done the same. You with your rage. You with your hate. Release us. Then the rot ends.
I keep my promises, Sopadol. Give me one good reason to trust you. After what you've done, I'm not sure you deserve that. I'm not sure you deserve that.
Free us. Free yourself. Free the living lands. We give you another sliver of our power, a piece of us. Do you accept?
There's no way I would accept at this point.
Us left a door in the garden's wall. Reach it, and you can set us free. Let us aid you once more.
Wait, what door? How do we get there? Accept Sopadol's power. I'll take whatever help I can get. Reject Sopadol's power. I'll find my way without your gift. Wait, what door?
You will see. Go to the stronghold at the edge of the acid sea. The one that overlooks our prison. One of the builders knew the way.
Reject Sopadol's power. Right. For the way we're role-playing our character, ain't no way at this point we're taking Sopadol's power.
So be it. Continue without us. Find the wall
Don't even need it.
Across the acid
Don't even need it.
It cups our prison in its palm. It waits. We wait. Free us. End our suffering. End yours.
I do wonder what will happen to the Aedyran Envoy should Sopadol perish. Okay, Godlike's will. Another bonus ability point. Makes sense. That usually happens every time we reject the power. I was just, yeah. Travel to Mount Forja Mines. Okay. Let me spend my point here. What shall I spend it on, though? Okay. Part of me wonders, how much do I even need Arcane Veil at this point? You know? We use it very sparingly. Huh. What do I want? %10 more melee damage or 10% more crit, I think is what it's between. I could get 15% more HP. Or more shield bash, or even like parry increase. Yeah, let's do parry increase. Why not? Parry efficiency increased by 25%. We'll see how much that gets us. Like I said, we're at a point where we don't exactly need these upgrades. It's just for fun. Oh, Marius wants to speak. The camp.
That amulet. It's... My mother loved it. She said she...
Marius, not now.
This is really her.
Marius is just tripping the fuck out now. He's going back into the moment. All this became a little too fucking much for Marius. He's taken back to when we were at the village of his childhood. Okay.
He was just a man. I think I need to talk about this if you have a moment.
And that was about Rosvan. No?
You really found my old home. I don't think I'm ready for this.
Marius is he survived the Dream Scourge blast, but at what cost? Actually, maybe he didn't. You know, he is talking a little senselessly. Maybe he didn't survive the blast. It's in him now. He's just weathered it for now. Steel Garrote Journal. Written in an eager hand, this journal seems to be that of a young soldier, possibly recently raised to the rank of paladin in the Steel Garrote. Yeah, I think it's a typo. I'm honored to sit here in camp atop Mount Forja, which I understand holds great significance to the Pargrunen of the region. From here I can look out and see nearly all of Galawain's tusks, and I can understand the reason we've come. To bring order to this nearly inhospitable land, and to bring aid to the people who have suffered for so long to eke out an existence among the ash and smoke. On speaking with some of the native people, I had my doubts as to our goals here, but my faith remains in Wodika and in Inquisitor Lodwyn. She believes that the soul of this land is poisoned, and that we work for the good of all who live here. And I have seen the power of her devotion to the burned queen. Remember thy place, remember thine oath, remember thy queen. Okay. Anything else around here? Yeah, there's sort of a dogma there, kind of echoing our own characters. Dark Rebirth. Whoa. Reduces the cooldown for second wind by 15%. Man, that would have been good early on, but we're at a point where we don't even proc second wind hardly at all, right? This ring has been transformed by Sopadal's explosive outburst that caused Mogren's breath to erupt. Its disconcerting appearance recalls the colors and textures of a being that has succumbed to the Dream Scourge. A solid, concentrated mass of energy is set where a gemstone would be on most rings. It glows with an eerie light that makes your brain itch if you stare too long into its swirling vortex of colors. Okay. Yeah. I wonder if, what other sort of spheres, so to speak, Sopadal governs, other than just, like, nature and cycles of some sort, right? Not quite the wheel, but, the death and rebirth that exists within nature. Okay. Over here. Anything else? I think we got everything. Okay. Let's head on down. Travel to the mines. Let's probably take us to our little loop around town. Is this the one we had foreseen before? I think. Yeah, we're at the other side of this. Ooh, there's a bunch of enemies down there now, too. Dreamthralls? Yeah.
You tear in our bark!
Lovely. There gonna be more on the way out?
I was worried for a second.
Man, mind you, we are only level 26. Maybe it's because of the routes we have taken. We're getting less XP than other characters may have. Damn, look at that.
Come and get me.
Fucking blasted almost all of them with just our leap slam. Okay. Am I going the right way here? I don't think so. I think I'm going the wrong ass way. Oh no, wait. I am. Okay, going the right way. Good. And then once we get out here, I think we should go to camp. Oh wow, look at all this.
We see.
I'm glad you're in charge.
Invaders in the garden.
This is all a bit much for me.
Oh fuck, how do we get up there? Oh gotta slowly climb up a ladder.
Enemy to the right.
Helping.
Come on. Come on.
There we are. Drink of purple. Man, yeah, there are just enemies fucking everywhere, huh? Can I even fast travel at this point? I might have to just do a run. Similar to how it was in Emerald Stair, right?
Never had a chance.
Okay. Good. Yeah, can I... Oh yeah, I can't fast travel. I can do. Oh yeah, look in the top left. Totally blocked. Let me get some move speed. We'll make way for camp. Right over here. Oops. Hey, you know what? I didn't need to do that if I was going to set up camp anyway. Some Zorbs over there. Okay. I like that the music and the entire, like, coloration of the zone changed. Fucking cool. Marius.
Envoy? I've seen Mount Forja erupt before, but never like that. It's like it was angry. Like it was screaming in pain. I don't know what really happened, but I assume Sapadal was involved.
Sapadal overreacted to Lodwyn's presence. I'm learning that Sapadal is more involved in all this than we thought. This is Lodwyn's fault. The Steel Garrote must pay. He seems shaken by all this. I'm learning that Sapadal is more involved in all this than we thought.
Blessed gods. Is it too much to ask to just let us live our lives for a while? It's like they have nothing better to do. Anyway.
Alright. Thoughts on our companions?
Let's make sure they're not
Is
the
this
only one we
anything
haven't
else
talked.
new?
I don't know. Things have changed a bit, I guess.
Is this new?
She's not so bad.
Nah, we've heard this.
She keeps saying things to get a rise, but other than that...
Okay. Oak and acorns. Get a rest.
You too.
Okay. And then... let's pop this thing on our totem. And we should be able to eavesdrop, yeah. An argument. Try to eavesdrop. These voices sound angry. Best not to disturb them. Try to eavesdrop.
It will sunder all the living lands if we do not put a stop to it.
I know.
Aethys.
The lives lost.
It is inexcusable. The forces of nature must be kept in balance. This abuse cannot go unpunished.
I'm sorry, but having played Pillars 1 and 2, I gotta hear what Aethys is saying.
It is young, fragile. So were we once. But the kith of the living lands cannot chart their own path if they live in fear of its whims.
Kith have no such resolve. The Akita are a pack without a head. They will not find one in a beast that cannot restrain itself.
I want to hear more on the Akita.
You think so little of them.
Whatever I think of the place of Kith in the world, they cannot forever be quarry.
No.
No? What do you mean?
We are too late. I sense a great shift in the Aedyran. One of our siblings has moved with terrible strength. What have they done?
Then may the hunt begin.
Gods. I could roast a Balrog on the energy coming off this thing. Giada, do you know if there's an animancy treatment or whatever that might help someone forget things?
Perhaps, but I wouldn't call it a treatment. Technically, it's an injury. What's on your mind?
Well, I mean, there's a lot going on in my head these days. Sometimes I wouldn't mind forgetting some of it.
A stiff drink helps. Most of the time.
It never works. It never washes out the really bad stuff.
If you want my advice, that isn't a problem for animancy to solve. Talking also helps.
Right. I thought you might say that. Oh well. At the rate we're going, a few more good knocks to the head ought to fix it.
If you say so.
Okay. Well, let's get out of here. Let's exit during morning, I guess. And we'll keep the same party. There we go. Oh, we should have exited at night. Looks so much cooler at night. Okay. Well, I suppose we will call it here for now. When next we return, we will make way for... Oh, I can actually fast travel now. Should we still go on foot, though? I almost feel as if we should. Yeah, I think we will. We'll head over for Solace Keep, and honestly, we may end the game. Right? This might be... The next video could be the last in the playthrough. Who can say? Until next time, please take care of each other.